Okay, we are live. Unfortunately, this is like a shorts. I haven't been live in a while, so I'm trying to figure out this whole live thing. But for the time that I have, I'm going to discuss what I think is going to happen to the trucking industry since Trump has won the election and is now going to be the 47th president of the United States. And by the way, this has happened before where a president didn't win his second term or just didn't go for his second term, but came back later and won his second term. That happened to Grover Cleveland back sometime in the 1800s. So this has happened before. But I haven't done live in a while. Like maybe when I was doing fish tank videos that have gone live. So I have to figure this whole thing out yet, how to go live, because I'm trying to go live on a kind of like horizontal, not vertical setting. But I am nevertheless live. Here's what I need you guys to do. Comment me a question that you would like me to answer what I think will happen in the trucking industry. The first thing that I'm going to say is going to happen to the trucking industry is most likely somewhere in the middle of 2025, we're going to see an increase of loads and better paying loads. That's my opinion. No, I am not an owner-operator, but unfortunately I do have to pay taxes like an owner-operator. And yeah, that's the fortune. I work under the 1099. I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I like it's better paid than a company driver. That just works regular and gets taxes deducted out of his paycheck, because those company drivers usually get paid a lot less. But anyway, first thing first, I think somewhere in 2025 we're gonna see a bigger and better paying loads, and we're actually gonna see more loads on the load board than there is trucks, in my opinion, because under what Trump had, I wasn't old enough to be a trucker, but as far as I could tell, the economy was better, everything was booming, there was more jobs. That's what I personally think is going to happen, because Trump is going to restore the economy with more jobs, and with more jobs usually means more freight out there. So we're definitely going to see an increase in freight and possibly increase in the loads, the payment of the loads that brokers are going to be posting out there. No, my company doesn't give me a Peterbilt 389. It is not a 389. It's actually a 388. The wheelbase is kind of configured different. You can literally get a 389 or 380 for short hood or a long hood, like extended hood. They're both the same options in terms of that. But no, it's a Peterbilt 388. And actually, no, I work for my dad, who's an owner-operator at the company. So technically, I work as an owner-operator for an owner-operator. That's how I'm classified on. But moving on to the second thing. My prediction, by 2026, this may not happen overnight. That's what I'm saying, my prediction. By 2026, we're going to see an average price of diesel per gallon be at $2.50. Based on what I've seen with Trump, the lowest I've ever fueled, I have a short on there somewhere, was $1.77 a gallon for diesel in Texas, which was amazing at that time. And $2 a mile loads back then was good money, because the insurance was lower, the cost of living was lower, and the fuel obviously was lower. And like I said, it may not happen overnight. I think it's $2.50, and it might go under. We might see again $1.50, $1.77 a gallon for gas or diesel. But something, and basically a miracle has happened to have that happen. The dollar lost so much of its value that it's just ridiculous on how hard it is going to be to bring back the economy to the same level that it was during when Trump was in his first presidency. So my prediction, $2.50 a gallon average price is going to be lowered, and it's not going to go higher. That's my prediction. Now, I'm not from the future, so I cannot tell you exactly what's going on. I'm driving my dad's truck. I already answered that. But anyway, the third thing that I'm going to see is going to happen is possibly Trump is going to help truckers this time, definitely. And we might see broker transparency more. We might see lower insurance premiums and all that. And he might make it easier for the truckers. And taxes. We probably, most likely, based on last term he served, probably going to see more tax cuts, more tax breaks for truckers. I'm pretty sure the trucking industry is going to benefit from Trump a lot more than they did with the Biden administration. All I could say is, in my opinion, the only reason why we had good rates after COVID for that one particular year is my theory. Like, for when the president takes over another president, like the power, some of the laws can carry up to 2 years from the last term before your executive order can actually take effect. Like for taxes, for example, because I took a tax class when I was in college and I left that. But anyway, say that a president decided to give a tax break on year 2024 in March. It won't be in effect until year 2025 because January 1st is when the um, tax year starts, and whatever laws they made before that will be applied, but not later. So that's how I'm saying that it could be 2 years. So like when Biden took office, as far as in my personal finances, I didn't feel the ripple effect until 2022, because it takes 2 years to offset things from the previous presidency. So for when Trump gets back in office, he has a lot of work to do to offset things, and we may not feel changes right away, simply for the fact of how much damage has been done by the Biden administration. I wish we didn't have the Biden administration, but I kind of see this as a blessing, because if you're a Christian, I think when Trump was getting reelected, we forgot about God, we forgot about Jesus, and we were only focusing on Trump. And I think Trump became an idol. So basically, God put in His will to have Biden under there, which it wasn't Biden. Someone else was controlling Biden, in my opinion. Well, not really control, but Biden didn't like do much. Let's just say that. But anyway, it was like a punishment that we did not solely rely on God during that re-election. So now we have come together as a nation, and we're coming back to the straight and narrow path, and we remember God, and He hears our cries for help, and basically He has allowed Trump back into presidency. Now, if you read the Bible, you truly got to believe that God controls the leaders of the world. So prayer is very important to this. Now, with trucking, here's another thing what may happen. We might see more loads in the step deck and flatbed side. Why do I say that? That is because Trump may put out a bill to better the infrastructure of roads, because our roads in America are terrible compared to the rest of the country. So a lot of you folks going to be complaining about traffic and that there's construction and road work everywhere. But in my opinion, if Trump makes the roads better, we're going to see a lot more loads coming out of construction equipment and anything to do with road work. Now, also, I see there's going to be a lot more loads on anything fuel related. If the fuel prices go down, guess what people are going to do? They're going to start buying more ICE cars, not electric cars. They're going to be fueling more and traveling to different places. That in turn is going to make the fuel hauling industry, which is what I'm involved in, a whole lot better than what was a couple years ago. You got to think about it. The less there's taxes, the cheaper things are, the more people come out and do stuff, and the more the economy improves. How would I know this? When I went to college, I left college because there was just too much to learn. I became a trucker instead. But my professor, who actually worked for the IRS, he was an IRS appeals officer. He believed in Trump at that time. And I took his class right when Obama was his last year president. He believed in Trump because the more money you put into people's pockets, the more they tend to spend it, and the better the economy is as a result. That's what I have to say about Trump. Just shoot out your questions. If you have a question, let me know. What do you want me to answer? What I think the trucking industry is going to be a whole. Prices on brand new and used trucks might change cheaper. Not 100% sure. They have been going down already because a lot of businesses have been closing. But honestly, I see this as prices of semi-trucks for owner ops are actually going to go up. Because as we've seen, if loads start paying more, if there's a whole bunch of loads coming out, more companies going to start opening up again. and the more trucks can be bought. And the higher the demand is for trucks, the more expensive things are actually going to get. So trucks may go up in price, or they may stay in the same. I'm not sure. But what we really need to see done is a lower interest rate. A lot of owner operators can buy a truck cash, especially like even a brand new Volvo, for example, costs $250,000. Uh, that's expensive. I took a loan calculator out of my phone and I calculated how much it's going to be if you buy a $250,000 truck with no down payment and with the current interest rate. I forgot the total number because I did it a little while ago, but it's anywhere from $3,000 to $4,500 on a month on a brand new truck for the next, I think it was 5 years. I did it. That's crazy. No, I did it for 7 years. So basically, you gotta sit in your truck and live in your truck for months at a time just to pay it off. That's how bad it is. This was never a problem before. Right now, you gotta work your butt off to pay off that truck for the next couple years, especially in today's economy, with how low the loads are paying. You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky if you're able to make that payment, because a lot of companies out there, they are struggling to meet to have ends meet in order to do those truck payments. A lot of companies have been going out of business. Personally, I see more trucking companies opening up with under Trump administration that's coming up. Biden administration just ruined everything. They say we had a good economy. We have not. Everyone has been struggling for the most part. The companies have been closing this year left and right every week or every day even. You keep seeing on Mother Trucker News on YouTube that companies have been closing every single day. Like a company with over 50 years just closed a couple days ago. 50 years in business and they closed because that's how bad the economy is. That's just crazy. That's a problem if companies close out because the economy got so bad that their operating costs are more than what the load pays them for the mile. Yes, at one point to operate a truck, it was just $2 a mile. So if you're getting paid $2 a mile, you're just coming even, because sometimes you can't even come even. That's pretty tough. That is pretty tough. Under Trump, I see better economy, just based on how I lived through Trump era. I see just better economy overall, and trucking should be booming. Hopefully it should be booming. We'll see lower DEF prices if you have a truck with DEF. We'll see probably lower fuel prices, like I mentioned, $2.50 a gallon. We'll probably see even lower. I'm pretty sure Texas is going to be under $2 a gallon again. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be under $2 a gallon. But the problem Trump has to overcome in order for that to happen is our dollar does not hold value as much anymore. Our dollar is not popular. Not powerful enough. It cannot buy what it used to buy. So for him to do that, he has to be able to make the dollar more power to buy things. And the economy is so bad now that lowering to lower the price of fuel is going to be a task on its own. But I believe that we'll have more money in our pockets, especially with tax cuts coming up. And I personally think there's going to be less rules on trucking in terms of the business side of all the dumb independent contractor rules that are coming out in trucking today. The AB5 law in California. I am curious to see what Trump will do with that. I know it's a state-issued law up there, or mandate, whatever it is, AB5, but it ruined a lot of businesses in California. A lot of owner-operators, as soon as the AB5 law came out, they went over the border to Arizona to truck there, simply for the fact that they can't provide for their families with the dumb AB5 law, and they own the truck. If you own the truck, I think it should be considered owner-op no matter what. Now, let's see here. Well, about mega carriers, I'm reading your question. It's going to hurt mega carriers. That's good. I'm sorry, but that is really good. These mega carriers have been pretty much controlling the U.S. In my opinion, mega carriers are very often, just very, very, very often, almost like a political battleground. I feel like they're bought out by the government on the liberal side, and just imagine if the mega carriers bought everybody out, and they control everything. Like if the government was like, well, we're not going to give food to people, all they got to do is tell the mega carriers to stop hauling. Because the mega carrier is so big, we can't even go on strike. The people that go on strike are the very small individual owner operators. Anybody working for a mega carrier will simply not care for shutting down because it really does not affect them. Yeah, I like Kamala Harris. Good for you. I personally really don't care who you like. I just think Trump is the better fit. And if you like Kamala Harris, so be you. It's a free country. Do whatever you want. But last time she said she was like you fell out of a coconut tree or some weird joke. She just keeps laughing hysterically. I'm not gonna get even into that. It's just terrible how bad she is. But going back to the mega carriers literally control the trucking, and it's about time that owner operators come out and they control trucking, because it is bad that mega carriers are so powerful that they can literally shut everything down. Because of mega carriers, we have ELDs. Because of mega carriers, we have front-facing cameras. And because of mega carriers, we have speed limiter band-aids. So, that's all I got to say. That's why, if it hurts mega carriers, it'll be better for the owner-operators. And it might be better for the economy because there's going to be more owner-operators running the road. The company drivers that work for mega carriers are going to switch to become owner-operators because they'll see the money involved in being an owner-operator. And San Francisco, okay, I'm just going to answer this last question or last comment remark, and I am out. Peace out for today. It's my first time doing a live. But anyway, because in California, San Francisco, beautiful city. California, beautiful state. But it's liberal, and it has some of the most strict laws that absolutely make no sense. I can go into that in another video. But California and San Francisco, beautiful, but I just don't stand by their laws. Yep, I like your comment at the end, but that's all for today on the Eddie V channel and what I thought about Trump, how it will be involved with trucking, and that's it for tonight.